I'm back again. Now, I was talking about it's nothing like being around people or being taught the right way. And so I'm sitting here because I be in my self conference. So that's why I know this video thing will be amazing for me. So I'm sitting here in my self counseling. And I said, I'm glad that I was taught by my dad. And that's probably why I am so the way I am. Because my dad is in me. I think about it. Because my mom, I love her, but she was lazy. She didn't do much, but she raised me. She raised me and she helped raise my children. It is about learning. It really is. And I personally had learned something. And what I personally learned was this. My mom, oh my God. Once I got into high school, she was a mess. I don't know what happened to this lady. She just turned into like one of the bullies from school. She did. She was a silent bully too, because what she did, she knew she knew how her mama is. And so if you're trying to help your daughter, how you gonna go back to old school and all old school gonna do is tell you throw her in the trash can? And so I go back to the journey on this, okay? Because this is gonna be a whole series of this story of Marquela the light speaker. And so I look back at how my mom really was trying to act like I personally was not helping or I was not doing anything for her during the time I had the babies. My grandma was like, it's in her duty to make sure she do all things in that house, whoop, 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 all types of stuff. And, my grandma was so busy hopping over the house, just nosy, and I really don't talk about my two brothers because it's like, even though my oldest brother, we ain't never really talked, but at the end of the day, this whole generational curse came from our mom and my old ass, my old grandmother. I'm saying it came from her. And I try my best to let it go. But see, that's what God said about we do not forget. And the reason why me and my brothers ended up in this generational circle with our parent and grandparent, because them two was having some issues that was unresolved, and it caused the little ones to be paying for the price. So I just want to kind of give a little tip on that. Y'all need to be careful what y'all doing currently, because it can really affect your children. I was affected by my grandmother and my mama's bull mess. And so I'm like the hospital girl trying to run up out of that hospital because my grandma is still running towards my way now. It's so funny now, She was the one that said she wasn't going to get no diapers for my baby. And she going to disown me. I don't know which one is worse. And then she turned around here popping up at my house, coming over randomly. And that's because people always want to control somebody when they need to just take better care of their character and be more nicer and stop worrying about trying to control, because even though she is older than me, but there's a higher God than her. And so I be trying to get myself together, and I'm glad that I did my studies to where I am going to God now about all my problems. Because not everybody got the answer to everything, but God does. And so that's why I go to Him and I asked Him the question. So the question I asked God was, why is my grandma now currently coming over my house? Why is she doing that now if she ain't do that before? First of all, we were involved in a car accident. And my grandma, she still is the same. And I always ask God, like, why is she still acting like this? He gave me all the answers I need to know. First off, why she keep on popping up over here? Well, because you're the only option now. You're an option. Your mom is sick. Your mom ain't feeling well. Your mom is not in her duty to help anybody. So why not come to a single mother with 2 kids? Because she's always answering my calls and she's always available, and she doesn't be available, I'm going to knock on her door. Yeah, my grandma that type. So after a while, God started telling me, like, it's because it's a time to where your grandma is trying to she needs you. And it's mighty funny back then, they push you away and they say hurtful things and walk off. But now they need you. Some people would say what I'm thinking right now about what you need me now. I really want to say something else, but that's what people feel. Like, why did you need me now if you didn't need me before? Well, they do that because they feel that you're allowing them to get in those doors. Me, I think I'm so much having my daddy's traits. I really do. We're so sweet and we allow people to kind of walk all over us. And we know that we're hurt inside, but we never show it around them, really. I'm a little bit more different than that because I am sensitive and I will show them that they done hurt me. But my dad was a little bit more on the stronger side to where he ended up dying. And, when he died like that, I kept hearing my mom didn't have enough time. But she really did. Everybody had enough time because God has his things set up on schedules. So the fact is he had passed away like that. It's because the fact is it was his time. Y'all just wasted that time during his death. But God gave us extended. I mean, this man was in the hospital already, and God gave us another year to spend before he sent him home. That was already God's grace because God already had a plan. God already told me. My dreams, I told you, I see before it happened. That he was going to take my dad. And I started getting scared about it because when I woke up and everything, I told my dad that same week of his death, I said I had a dream that me and you were running around saying, thank you, Jesus. And I didn't understand it. And then all of a sudden, it was true. He died. I kept seeing praying hands. I kept on seeing hands come out of the dreams. I didn't know I heard my grandma Esther's voice. I saw my mom in the dream praying. It was to the point where I'm like, what in the world is going on? These dreams is getting a little bit too lively now. To the point where I could not have my dreams, every little dream that I had. One dream that I had, I'll never forget, that it showed that my baby daddy was cheating on me. And he was cheating on me with someone. And it just showed me that in the dream. Guess what? Physically, it happened. Every time I would go to sleep, my dreams would show me certain things that I needed to know. I remember when my cousin was going to jail. One of my dreams told me that my cousin was getting out of jail. Guess what? He got out of jail. My ex-boyfriend lost his tablet somewhere. And I told him I had a dream that one of your friends actually had it. Turns to find out they did. I kept on having these dreams to where I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm scared. I kept seeing people too. I heard my name lively being called in the dreams, and not even that. I can be right away and I would see things walk past. I was seeing them. And I kept on saying, what in the world? Okay, I might be on some type of stuff. But I know what I saw. Even when I was little, a doll was talking to me. And I remember it. And I'm 23 years old. So I know what I saw. And I believed it. And a lot of people might be like, man, you crazy, man. I know. But this is real. So after a while, I knew that God had messages. So if I needed to really know something, all I had to go to sleep and find out, because he was going to tell me the results. So I'm getting tired, but I wanted you guys to know that God is real. He is real. And everything that he does for our grace and our glory. And he really does love us. And a lot of people failed on that. They don't realize how good he is until it's too late. And a lot of people, when you begin to really get into the Bible, it is true that people will definitely not like your changes. Because if you change too much, you ain't gonna let them use you. I'm gonna go to sleep because I feel my eyes shut down. All right.